Hi everyone. This is example 15 from chapter 12 in the student packet. It says an airline offers discounted advanced purchase fares to customers who buy tickets more than 30 days before travel and charges regular fares for tickets purchased during those last 30 days. The company has noticed that 60% of its customers take advantage of the advanced purchase fares. The no-show rate among people who paid regular fares is 30%, but only 5% for customers with advance purchase tickets are no-shows. So the first thing that we want to do is draw a tree diagram of this situation. So we have two categories here. We have advance purchase fares and regular fares. So I'm actually going to type this in purple here. So we have the advance and we have the regular fares. We know that 60% of people took advantage of the advanced purchase fares. So we know that this probability is 0.6. And then everybody else paid regular fares, so they're complements, which means that they need to add up to 1, and therefore we have 0.4 over there. Now we're looking at between each of these, we're looking at people who show up for the flight and people who don't. So we're going to look at those that show up and the no-shows for each category. So it says that 30% of people who paid regular fares didn't show up. Therefore, of these no-shows, 30% didn't show up. So of the 40%, 30% did not show, meaning that out of the total of all people, 12% were both regular fares and didn't show up for the flight. Now, if of these regular fares, 30 of them didn't show, it means that 70% of them did show. So I can also make this calculation, which is 0.4 times 0.7, because again, these should be complements. And when I do that calculation, I get 0.28. Over on the other side, it says only 5% of customers with advance purchase tickets are no-shows. So of these 60%, only 5% of these don't show. So if we do that calculation, we should get 0.03, which means that 95% of them do show for the flight. And when you do this calculation, we get 0.57. Now to check your work when you're doing a tree diagram like this, at the very end you want to take each value and add them up, and you should get 1. If you don't, there's something wrong with your tree diagram. And if you show all of your calculations like I did within your tree diagram, then you have far less work to show when we get to parts B, C, D, and E. So for part B, it says, what is the probability that a customer has an advance purchase ticket and did not show for the flight? So we're talking about all the customers, and the group that, switching colors here, the group that had an advance purchase and did not show, that's that group right there. We already did the calculation of 0.6 times 0.05. For part C, it says what percent of all ticket holders are no-shows? Well, of all of the customers, we have 2 categories of no-shows. The people who bought advance tickets and didn't show, and the people who bought regular tickets and didn't show. So we are going to add those together because this is an OR statement. and we get 0.15. I guess this is asking for percent. I don't know why it switched to percent. That should say probability. All right, let's go to part D. Part D says, what is the probability that a customer with advance purchase ticket did not show? Now, I want you to notice now that we're not talking about all the customers. We're only talking about the customers with advanced purchase tickets, which means now we've reduced our total to just be this group right here. So now I have a given problem. So I'm looking for the probability that a customer was a no-show given that they had the advanced ticket purchase. So I'm going to use the formula here. This is the probability that they are a no-show and they had an advanced ticket divided by the probability that they have the advanced ticket. Well, the probability that they have the advanced ticket, that's up top, that's 0.6. And the probability that they are a no-show is 0.03. So this turns out to be 0.05. I actually didn't really need to go through all of this work because this information was already given to me in the problem. You can see the sentence right there. But that work does show me a little bit better how to do part E. So let me erase my extra markings here. Part E says, hold on. Part E says, what's the probability that a customer who didn't show had an advance purchase ticket? Now this is a reverse the conditioning type of problem. And the reason they call it that is because our tree diagram isn't set up to look at show versus no show. It's looking at advanced versus regular priced fares. So we need to find, so this is a conditional probability. We're looking for the probability that they purchased an advanced ticket given that they were a no-show. So this is going to be the probability that they purchased an advanced ticket and were a no-show, divided by the probability that they were a no-show. Well, the numerator is the same as part D, but the denominator is different. Now we need the total number of people, or the total probability of people that were no-shows, and that's in part C. Those were all of our no-shows.